Good morning, beautiful souls. Let me ask you a question. How do you start your day? What's the first thought you have when you wake up? The truth is, the first 20 minutes of your day can determine everything that happens next. So let's make them count. Let's turn those 20 minutes into a powerful foundation that will set the tone for your entire day. Are you ready to hook up with success? Let's dive in. When your eyes open in the morning, that's not just another routine beginning. It's your rebirth, a fresh shot at life. A chance to decide, will I live this day on autopilot or will I drive it like it's my destiny? Wake up with purpose. And no, I don't mean just setting an alarm and dragging yourself out of bed. I mean waking up with intentions so strong, the world has no choice but to feel your presence. Think about it. How many people wake up and immediately check their phones, messages, emails, notifications? Before they even look at the mirror, they've already let the world decide their mood. But you're not here to react to life. You're here to command it. The most successful people on this planet don't just stumble into greatness. They wake up with a mission. A soldier doesn't start his day confused about his objective. An artist doesn't pick up a brush without vision. A queen doesn't step out of her palace without knowing she rules. And neither should you. Take a moment and ask yourself, what is my why? Why am I waking up today? Is it to survive or to create, conquer, build, transform? That shift in your morning mindset, that's the difference between living passively and living powerfully. Let me give you an example. Imagine a single mother who works 2 jobs. Every day she wakes up at 5 a.m. Her purpose isn't luxury, it's her child's future. She gets up not because it's easy, but because her love is louder than her fatigue. Her purpose is stronger than her excuses. That's power. Now think of an athlete training for the Olympics. When they wake up, it's with purpose dripping from their sweat. Every morning run, every diet plan, every sacrifice, it's not for now, it's for the vision they hold. Because purpose makes pain worth it. Purpose turns ordinary people into legends. Even a student preparing for an exam. When they wake up with the thought, this is going to change my life, their energy changes. They don't snooze. They don't scroll. They rise like warriors with the battlefield ahead of them. Because they know time wasted today is success delayed tomorrow. Waking up with purpose isn't about being loud, it's about being clear. It's looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I don't care who doubted me, I don't care who left me, I don't care how I felt yesterday. Today, I own my breath, I own my time, and I own this damn life. Do you know how powerful that is? Most people exist, few people live. And even fewer wake up with a fire in their belly and a goal in their eyes. You have a gift. Your heartbeat, your ideas, your energy, they're all tools waiting to be used. Don't waste them sleepwalking through life. Purpose doesn't need to be grand, it just needs to be yours. Maybe today your purpose is to smile at someone who's breaking inside. Maybe it's to work on your side hustle after hours. Maybe it's to choose peace instead of chaos. But whatever it is, own it. Even on the days when you're tired. Especially on those days. Because purpose doesn't wait for you to feel ready, it waits for you to show up. Wake up with the kind of purpose that makes excuses nervous, that makes doubt shrink, that makes fear back off. Let every morning be a declaration. I'm not here to blend in, I'm here to break through. You weren't born just to pay bills and get by. You were born to make an impact. So rise up, breathe in, and start your day not as a background character, but as the main event. The moment you wake up, before the noise of the world creeps in, your body is whispering something powerful. I need to be refilled. You've just spent 6 to 8 hours without a single sip of water, and now your system is running low. You're not tired. You're dehydrated. And most people don't even know that. Before you reach for coffee, before you touch your phone, before you speak a single word, hydrate. Because water isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about recharging your life force. Water is energy. It's the fuel of your brain, the lube of your joints, the spark in your cells. It's not optional. It's not maybe later. It's the very first love letter you write to your body every single morning. Picture this. You wake up feeling groggy, your mood is off, you're sluggish. Most people would blame it on a bad night's sleep or stress, but in reality, it's your body crying out for the one thing you've ignored: hydration. And I'm not just talking about sipping water. I'm talking about rejuvenation. That moment when you drink with purpose. When you feel the cool stream glide down your throat and it's like your body goes, thank you. That first glass in the morning, it's your internal sunrise. Your system wakes up, your brain lights up, your skin starts to glow, and suddenly, you're not just awake, you're alive. Think about a high-performing CEO walking into a meeting at 6 a.m. Do you think they walk in drained? No. They walk in sharp, focused, present. And guess what? They started their day by hydrating their brain. They know clarity doesn't come from caffeine, it comes from cellular energy. Now imagine an actor on set shooting for 16 hours. Makeup, lights, retakes, pressure. Do you know their secret weapon? Not just talent, hydration. They carry bottles like their life depends on it. Because it does. Energy, mood, skin, stamina, it all starts with one simple decision in the morning. Let me take care of myself first. Or look at an athlete training at 5 in the morning. No food, no fancy supplements, just water and movement. That's how they begin. Because when your body is hydrated, you don't just move, you flow. Even a mother waking up before sunrise, preparing lunch for her kids, juggling tasks like a silent superhero. Her endurance isn't magic, it's care. It's the small acts, like drinking a tall glass of water before anyone else wakes up. It's the decision to not neglect herself while caring for the world. And hydration doesn't just fuel the body, it heals. When you drink water first thing in the morning, your organs start detoxifying, your skin starts radiating, and your mind gets lighter. Ever notice how a cold glass of water can shift your mood in seconds? That's not a coincidence, as your biology responding to love. Let that sink in. You treat your car better than your body. You wouldn't drive without oil, without gas. So why do you expect your body to function without its number one resource? Hydrating is not a chore, it's a ritual. It's your daily recommitment to being at your best. Because if you can't do something as small as drinking a glass of water for yourself, how can you expect to conquer the big things? Don't wait for headaches. Don't wait for fatigue. Don't wait for burnout. Hydrate before life demands it from you. Make it sacred. Put your water in a beautiful glass. Add a slice of lemon. Say a small affirmation. I'm nourishing my body. I'm choosing to feel alive today. Turn it into a moment of power. The most powerful transformations in life don't come from huge acts. They come from simple decisions repeated with discipline and intention. So the next time you rise, before the world gets a piece of you, give your body what it's been waiting for. You open your eyes, the sun hasn't even hit your window yet, and already you've been given something priceless. Another chance, another day, another breath, another heartbeat. But most people miss this miracle. They wake up already chasing, complaining, comparing. What if instead you paused for just 60 seconds and gave thanks? Because gratitude isn't just some feel-good spiritual thing. It's a reset button for your soul. When you start your day with gratitude, you're not just saying thank you. You're shifting your entire vibration. You're telling the universe, I see you, I feel blessed, and I'm ready for more. Because blessings don't flow to people who are always asking. They flow to those who already appreciate. Gratitude is powerful because it turns what you have into more than enough. You could be in a tiny apartment, sharing a room, eating noodles for dinner. But if you say, I'm thankful I have a roof over my head and food on my plate, suddenly your soul breathes deeper. Because it's not about what's missing, it's about what matters. Take a look at a woman in her 50s who survived a major illness. She wakes up every morning, looks at her scars and whispers, thank you, life, for keeping me here. Her strength doesn't come from her body, it comes from her gratitude. That mindset, that's what makes her glow even in pain. Or imagine a young man struggling in his career. Rejections, setbacks, self-doubt creeping in. But instead of giving in to bitterness, he writes down 3 things he's grateful for every morning. His mother's support, his best friend's laughter, The fact that he woke up today with a chance to try again. And just like that, he shifts from victim to warrior. Because gratitude reminds you, even on your worst days, you still have something to fight for. Even a single mom working 2 jobs, she could curse the long hours, the sleepless nights. But instead, she hugs her kid tight before leaving for work, kisses their forehead and says, "Thank you, God, for this love that keeps me going." That's not weakness, that's fire, that's grace. That's what real queens do. They find gold in the chaos. You don't need to have it all to be grateful. In fact, the ones who have less often feel more. You know why? Because they have learned to notice the little things. A warm cup of tea, a message from someone who cares, the smell of rain, the beat of your favorite song, the breath in your lungs, all of that, pure magic if you choose to see it. Gratitude also protects your peace. You can't be truly grateful and angry at the same time. You can't be bitter and grateful in the same breath. Gratitude is the anchor that stops you from drifting into darkness. When everything around you feels like it's falling apart, gratitude reminds you what's still standing. There's a reason the most powerful leaders, creators, and change makers start their day with this one habit. Because gratitude clears your vision. It brings clarity. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from noise to silence, from stress to strength. And it's not about being perfect or pretending everything's fine. It's about choosing to honor the good even when the bad is loud. You wake up and say, I may not have all I want, but I have enough to begin. That mindset, that's how mountains are moved. That's how empires are built. That's how inner peace becomes unshakable. So whether you whisper it in bed, write it in a journal, or say it out loud to the sky, express gratitude like it's your morning armor, because the world might not change overnight. But the second you choose gratitude, you do, before the world places its demands on you, before the chaos begins. There's a sacred moment every morning where you get to create. Not with paint, not with tools, but with your mind. That's the moment you visualize your dream life. And no, it's not some woo-woo fantasy. This is where destiny is designed. This is where ordinary people become legends. Because what you repeatedly see in your mind, you eventually hold in your hands. Close your eyes and now see it. See the life you crave, not the one you think you can get, not the one people expect you to settle for, but the one that sets your soul on fire. The penthouse with floor-to-ceiling windows, the laughter of your kids in the backyard you built, the business empire with your name on the door, the love that doesn't make you question your worth but worships your existence. See it, taste it, breathe it. Because your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It just responds to repetition and emotion. The more you visualize your future with clarity, with detail, with passion, the more your brain starts believing it's possible. It's not magic, it's neuroscience. Every time you visualize, you're training your subconscious to recognize opportunities, make better decisions, and walk with purpose. Think about athletes. You think they win gold just by physical strength? No, they win in their minds before they ever step onto the track. They see the finish line, they hear the crowd, they feel the medal around their neck. That's how they dominate, because they've already been there in their minds 1,000 times. Or imagine an actress on the brink of her breakthrough. She's auditioned 20 times, rejected 19, but every morning she looks in the mirror and sees herself holding that Oscar. She thanks the crowd in her imagination. She stands in that spotlight, and even though she's in her tiny apartment eating instant noodles, her soul is already famous. That's what makes her unstoppable. That's what makes her dangerous. Even an everyday warrior, a teacher, a nurse, a student can use this tool. Before that exam, before that shift, before that day begins, she closes her eyes and sees herself winning, passing, healing, leading, becoming. And that image, that emotion, that's her rocket fuel. Because visualization isn't about escaping your reality, it's about building a better one, brick by brick, thought by thought. If you can't see yourself rising, how will you rise? If you can't picture yourself winning, why would life hand you a victory? And here's the thing, the clearer you are about what you want, the faster the universe delivers it. You don't manifest greatness by being vague. You manifest it by being obsessed. Know the color of the car. the feel of the dress, the scent of success. Get specific. Get hungry. Some will call you delusional. Let them. Because every icon you admire was once called crazy for dreaming too big. But they didn't stop. They visualized harder. They believed so deeply that the world had no choice but to catch up. So whether you're still stuck in your 9 to 5 or figuring out your next step, remember, nothing moves until your mind moves first. Create the movie. Watch it every morning. Feel it like it's already yours. Because if you can hold it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. Your body is not just a vehicle, it's your temple, your engine, your vessel of victory. And if you want your mind to rise, your spirit to ignite, your soul to awaken, you've got to move your body, not to lose weight, not to impress, but to connect with your own power, because motion creates emotion. And the fastest way to shift your mindset is to shift your physiology. Every queen you admire, she didn't just sit there waiting for confidence to strike. She moved, she danced through the pain, she ran through heartbreak, she stretched her strength out of weakness. That movement, whether it was yoga, a walk, a full-on workout, that movement told her body, we are alive, we are unstoppable, we are in control. Imagine a woman after a breakup. Her heart is shattered, eyes swollen, mind fogged with questions. But instead of laying in bed one more day, she ties her hair up, laces her sneakers, and hits the pavement. Step by step, breath by breath, she doesn't just rebuild her body, she reclaims her power. Because every drop of sweat is her releasing what no longer serves her. Every push is her saying, I'm still here. Think of a man stuck in a toxic job. Day in, day out, soul drained, dreams fading. But one day, he starts waking up earlier. Not to answer emails, not to scroll social media, but to move. To stretch, to train. 10 minutes becomes 20, suddenly his back is straighter, his focus sharper, his confidence returning, not because the job changed, but because he did. Movement made him remember, I'm not stuck, I'm in transition. Even a single mom juggling 1,000 things, barely a moment to breathe. She could say she has no time, but she gives herself 5 minutes. 5 minutes of dancing in the kitchen or stretching while the kettle boils. And in those 5 minutes, she lights up. She reminds herself, this body has carried life, carried love, carried weight, and it still moves like fire. Your body holds trauma. It also holds truth. And when you move, you release the pain and unlock the wisdom. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't need fancy gym gear. Just move, walk, dance, jump, stretch, flow. Do something that wakes up your blood, that shakes off the fear, that whispers to your brain, we are capable. There's a reason the most resilient people in the world prioritize movement. It's not about vanity. It's about vitality. It's about training your nervous system to be calm in chaos, strong in stress, fierce in fatigue. Because when you move, you send a message to life. I'm not here to survive. I'm here to thrive. And some days, yes, you'll feel too tired, too heavy, too broken. But those are the days when movement becomes your medicine. Just 10 jumping jacks. Just one stretch. Just one beat that makes your hips sway in the mirror. And suddenly, you're not just a body. You're a force. You want energy, you want clarity, you want to attract better, then get in motion. Because stagnant energy creates a stagnant life. But a body in motion attracts miracles, attracts growth, attracts transformation. Move like you're already living your best life. Move. Because this body, your body, is a miracle that deserves to feel alive. The moment you wake up and reach for your phone, you're not just checking notifications. You're handing your power away. Before your feet even touch the floor, your energy, your focus, your mood is already hijacked by someone else's highlight reel. And we've accepted this as normal, but it's not normal to start your day drowning in distractions. It's not powerful to scroll through other people's lives while neglecting your own. If you want clarity, peace, and real purpose, stay off social media. Because the truth is, social media isn't evil, but addiction to it is a silent killer of self-worth. It's like waking up and letting thousands of people walk straight into your bedroom with their opinions, their filtered beauty, their curated success stories. And you're still in your pajamas, judging your raw life against their edited one. That's not inspiration. That's mental self-destruction in disguise. Imagine a young girl who dreams of becoming a designer. Every morning she wakes up, and instead of sketching her ideas, she opens her feed and scrolls through other people's work. She feels behind. She feels not good enough. She feels small. Not because she isn't talented, but because she started her day by comparing her day 1 to someone else's year 10. If only she had protected that first hour, that sacred space, her dreams would be louder than the noise. Or think of a man trying to rebuild his life after failure. He's working hard in silence, but every time he opens social media, he sees his peers traveling, buying homes, winning awards. Suddenly he forgets his own progress. He forgets how far he's come because someone else's success flashes brighter than his silent resilience. That's the poison. Comparison kills joy. Every scroll chips away at your own journey, and even when you think you're just browsing, it's not innocent. Your brain is absorbing everything. The smiles, the drama, the envy, the fake standards. And slowly your mind becomes cluttered. You can't even hear your own thoughts. You've traded your mental clarity for temporary distraction. You've turned your divine potential into digital noise. But here's the truth no one tells you. Success requires silence. Real confidence comes from spending time with yourself. Those first moments in the morning, they're sacred. That's where you meet the raw, powerful, unfiltered version of you, not the selfie version, not the story posting version, but the one who dreams, plans, builds, heals. And she doesn't need likes to feel worthy. She needs time, peace, and a little bit of stillness. Take back your mornings. Take back your mind. Keep the phone away. Open a book, journal, meditate, breathe, create, do something that belongs to you, not the internet. Because when you stop watching everyone else's life, you finally start living yours. And don't get it twisted. This isn't about deleting apps forever. It's about discipline, about choosing presence over popularity, about realizing that the most powerful woman in the room is not the loudest online. She's the one so focused on her own life, she doesn't even notice the noise. Even artists, athletes, CEOs, they all know this truth. Before they serve the world, they serve themselves. They build in silence. They protect their focus. Because scrolling doesn't build empires, discipline does. And when you learn to sit alone, without reaching for a screen, you learn how rare and powerful that peace truly is. So put the phone down, close the app, and open your life. Your story deserves more than a scroll. It deserves your full attention, your deepest love, your undivided presence. Because the best version of you won't be found on a screen. It will be found in the quiet, powerful moments you chose to be with yourself. You see, the way you start your morning isn't just a habit, it's a lifestyle declaration. It's your silent contract with the universe that says, I'm not here to exist, I'm here to evolve. Because every day you open your eyes, you're not just waking up, you're being given a chance to rise, to rebuild, to become. And if you dare to own those first 20 minutes of your day, you'll start to own your entire life. Let the world sleep on their dreams, let them snooze their destiny, but you wake up with purpose. Because you were not born to be ordinary. You were born to turn the impossible into inevitable. People will look at you and ask, what's your secret? And you'll smile because the truth is, your power was built in silence. It was built in those quiet, consistent mornings when nobody was watching. That's the real flex. You're not chasing a vibe, you're creating a standard, one morning at a time. Remember, successful people don't have more time, they just have better morning rituals. The ones who rise before the noise, who move before the doubts creep in, who speak gratitude before the world complains, who visualize their dream before checking someone else's. They're not lucky, they're intentional. Your dream life is not waiting at the end of the month or next year when you get that promotion. Your dream life begins when you start treating yourself like the person you want to become. Speak like her, move like her, think like her, wake up like her. Because the woman you're becoming, she's watching what you do when no one else is. And she's rooting for you. You owe it to yourself to stop scrolling and start scripting your own story. Success isn't found in someone's timeline. It's found in your time alone. Off the screen, in the silence. With your journal, your breath, your movement, your vision. Don't just exist online, build offline. So wake up, hydrate your soul, move your body like it's preparing for greatness. Say thank you even before you see the miracles. Visualize your next chapter like it's already written. Because here's the truth. Energy flows where your attention goes. What you focus on expands. And if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. This is not just about motivation, it's about mastery. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Let that echo in your mind when you're tempted to snooze. Let it ring when you want to scroll instead of create. Because comfort is seductive, but growth is addictive. And once you get a taste of how it feels to actually show up for yourself, you won't want to go back. You're not behind, you're not broken, you're not late, you're building. And the bricks are laid in the early hours, in the decisions no one claps for, in the days you choose you over noise. You want results? Outwork your excuses. You want change? Change your mornings. Because how you start your day determines how you conquer your life. You are the author of your reality. So don't hand the pen to distractions, doubts, or devices. Grab it and write the version of you that the world won't be able to ignore. You don't need a new year, you need a new moment. And this, right here,